welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of Aita. Just kidding, that's how I like to say the acronym for Am I the Asshole? So, if you know about the world Reddit has a lot of good, I guess, subreddits, is what you would call it, or categories or forums, what have you, rooms, chat rooms with different stuff out there, right? And one of them, pretty popular, is Am I the Asshole? Now, I remember, what is it called? I remember this trending on Instagram. Specifically, I saw it a lot of the times in like the mommy Instagrammers on Instagram. Wow. Basically, like they would, post something like, "Am I the asshole? My 4-year-old like toddler wanted more candy and I said no, and he started crying and throwing a fit and said I'm a bad mommy. Am I the asshole?" And then people from all over the internet would come together to give a response. And so it's basically the same concept, except here on my channel, I'm going to be reading a couple of these, and if they are an asshole, I'm going to smoke. If they're not an asshole, I'm not going to smoke. And we can change that up maybe in the next channel, like have it vice versa. But for now, we'll just do it that way. So I'm going to pick. I don't want to go in order. I want to pick. So we're going to read through a couple of these and pick one we want to start off with. One of them that caught my eye is, am I the asshole for telling my mother-in-law to get out of a photo of me and my husband we're taking at my wedding? I'm a 29-year-old female, was getting married to my now husband, 32 male, and my mother-in-law, who's basically 60. Was invited to the wedding, of course. I got a strange feeling because she continued trying to pick a wedding dress for me when I'd already picked one and said I did. I brushed it off as I was excited and all. She also tried to get her son to pick a large, fancy cake that was only 20% cake. He said no, as I told him we already made all the arrangements, music, decorations, clothing, I assume, etc. Fast forward, the day of the wedding, we had our ceremony and everything went great. Me and my husband, while we kissed, I noticed my mother-in-law to be wearing a white simple dress and didn't think much of it, even though I was a little upset. To have context, she is the only one besides me wearing the color. Oh. If I may say, like, if you're gonna wear white to a wedding, I mean, you might as well just be the automatic asshole. I feel like it's not tradition, but it's I guess it is, but it's been widely known that the only person who should be wearing white or mimicking that in any way, shape, or form should be the bride, unless instructed otherwise, right? I know some people want to do like an all white wedding, all black white wedding. You know, there's always something weird about that. 9 out of 10, if you have a woman wearing a white dress at a wedding, it's to usually upstage the bride. Like, let's be honest, that's kind of how that's widely known. Later, when it was photo taking time, I was going to take a photo with my husband. We stood in front of the camera. We had no official previous photos besides the kiss. But my mother-in-law walked into the photo. I told her politely to get out a little so me and my husband could take photos with the professional first. She didn't listen and stayed in anyway, and my husband didn't say anything. Yeah. I don't, right off the bat, it's like, why can't you just wait until they're finished with their round of photos? Clearly, they have intentions to take pictures with all parties attending, but when you kind of force yourself into it, it's just extremely ridiculous. I don't know. I can't help but read this as an outside perspective and feel that the mother-in-law is definitely in the wrong, because she just said right there, she asked her to get out. She stayed in anyways, and then to make it worse, then the husband doesn't even say anything. You know, it just, oh god, it's difficult for people to have to stand up to their parents sometimes, especially when they're not used to saying no. Um, especially when they're used to their parents taking care of everything. In general, it might be a difficult thing for someone to do. However, that's the thing is your parents shouldn't be putting you in any position to have to, tell them, "Hey, that's not cool." Your loved one should be putting you first, and if, your wife means a lot to you, which I'm sure they're aware cuz you're marrying her, you proposed, I assume, then they should be respectful of that. They should automatically lump that person in with you and treat them accordingly and treat them with respect and dignity. This is just so childish. And the fact that he didn't say anything or acknowledge it is the reason why the mother in law perceives this to be acceptable behavior, is because I assume nobody is holding her accountable but the wife, which is really fucking annoying, which is really, really sucks. I think, like, if your family really cared for you, you should be able to bring things to their attention without worrying about the reaction or the response. The fact that he's not saying anything tells me he feels like it won't go over well and that he doesn't have any real solid respect for his wife. Sorry, but not sorry. I feel like, if someone in my family treated my husband like that, I would speak up. I would probably repeat whatever it is that my significant other is saying. I would just say, "Hey, like, let us get our professional photos out of the way and then we'll take a photo together in just a minute. Like, chill, bitch." But he's just fucking quiet. Small update. I took one of our photos and photoshopped her out of it as I didn't have a chance to get a photo with him alone. I posted it on my Instagram and my mother-in-law texted me. Oh, wow. Wow. She said I am disrespectful and family comes first through everything, but I said that it was my wedding and I understand that, but I wanted a photo with him alone and she did not allow that. My husband is upset with me for acting this way, saying I'm being dramatic. What? Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, family comes first because I cropped you out of a photo, bitch. How sensitive are you, Karen? Chill the fuck out. I bet you she's a fucking Karen. I bet you she's the type of bitch to lose her shit over something really fucking dumb. Like tap water, tasting like tap water. Like, seriously. And it's their wedding. Okay, she's acting like no one on this planet would want individual photos of them and their significant other on their wedding of all days. Bitch, that's everybody. People want to be able to have memories of them and their significant other at their wedding, not of you and them, because this occasion is about them, not you fucking crackhead. And then the husband is upset with her, saying she's being dramatic. No, your mother is being dramatic, you fucktard. Dude, divorce him immediately. I am so sorry, but divorce him immediately. This was 6 hours ago. This poor woman posted this 6 hours ago. She's probably contemplating a lot right now. Some of these comments are definitely valid, just as I was kind of describing, and this really pins it very well. First comment here, edit, not the asshole, but I'm not really sure why you opted to get married to this guy knowing that he was a mama's boy from the beginning. Info, or I don't know what that stands for. In fact, you were unable to get a simple photo I don't know some of these fucking acronyms. I'm such an old lady, but we'll start here. You were unable to get a single photo without your mother-in-law in it, just you and your husband thinks you're behaving badly by being upset. He has also been a mama's boy. Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. He cancels a lot of plans because his mother wants to call him. Um, wow, what the fuck? Really? This is the woman that we just read the post from, stating this is her comment. Jesus. By a single photo, I mean a photo with the professional photographer we hired. He took photos of the ceremony and was supposed to give us a final photo for the end, but wasn't able to get it without my mother-in-law. That's so fucking aggravating, too. I would be upset. Do you know how much money goes into planning weddings, let alone just the independent, like, professionals that you need, like a photographer, a videographer, even? Sometimes it has to be two separate companies, two separate contractors, people to hire for that. You gotta have fucking catering. You have to have a wedding organizer and planner. Like, if that's not what you're already, wearing the hat on here. But like, yeah, I mean, dude, money is fucking tight. And I'm just putting myself in her shoes. If I had to pay, and it's already making my blood boil, because if I had to pay thousands of dollars to someone to professionally photograph my wedding, and a part of that package is one photo of me and my groom, and that's the whole package, is preserving the wedding itself, and then one of us, if that's what she's explaining, which I'm pretty sure is what she's explaining here, and someone fucking photobombs it. It doesn't have to be the mother-in-law. It could be my fucking dad. It could be my brother. It could be my fucking dogs. I don't know. I would be fucking pissed, bro. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, thanks, asshole. That there just goes the single fucking photo I was looking towards the entire time, so that I could have something to frame at home or to preserve, resembling us and how we were and looked at this point in time in our wedding, because it is sentimental. It is something you really want to preserve, because as time goes on and you have kids and you want to share those memories with them, it's like, oh yeah, and here's one photo of us with your fucking grandma in the background. Like, you know what I mean? And honestly, if I were the kid, I'd be like, mommy, who's that? Oh, you're just fucking bitch of a grandma. But we don't talk to her anymore, honey. Like, I mean, if the man turns his shit around, that's how the narrative would go. But it sounds like he's siding with his mom because he's such a little fucking bitch. I agree with that. I agree with this one. Not only that, but your photographer sucks. They should be saying, I need a shot of just the bride and the groom. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, that's what I was kind of saying earlier. Is like, if it wasn't the husband kind of like repeating what the bride is saying, like, hey mom, can you just step out of frame so it could be me and my wife. He doesn't say anything. You ask her nicely, she still doesn't do anything. Then at that point, leave it to the photographer. Like, and that's a really good point. Like, as a customer and like an entrepreneur, basically at that point, right? As a photographer, if someone says, I want this to be just of me and my husband, and you're like, okay, we're gonna make that happen, and you have someone poking around in the background, hey, excuse me, can I ask that you step out of the frame so that I could take a photo of just the bride and the groom for this segment? Like, oh my god, nobody was helping this poor lady out. Dude, someone just said, you fucked up. It's easier to dump a mama's boy than to divorce a mama's boy, and both of those are easier than trying to change a mama's boy. This is annulment time. That sounds kind of like a rap a little bit. Damn. Yeah, I'm done on that one. The vote is that he and the mother-in-law were definitely assholes. So we're gonna have to smoke up for that, because this poor girl and the shit she has to fucking deal with, dude. Got a blunt. All right, I'm gonna stop there because these are pretty strong. I make them pretty strong, and we're gonna need to slow it down. I can't just keep puffing it. All right, you guys. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna have more content like this coming out soon, where we kind of do like, am I the asshole, more Reddit cringe, and more I don't know, maybe Reddit confessions. Those are pretty crazy. When I just read those like on my own time, I'd be finding some like horrendous shit, to be honest. But thank you guys for joining me. Please make sure to like and subscribe so that you can stay tuned for that upcoming content. And I appreciate y'all. Let's do a smoke sesh before we go. Just kind of a last hurrah. And I hope you guys have a great day. Peace. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.